Hello there, I'm Begalius, and hey, let's go in the chat. Thanks for in the chat. Oh, women with rights? Oh no, brother, gonna be me. Women suck, dude. Hell no, women suck. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to appeal to the future generation alpha audience. So, you know, obviously this is the real thing. Adam Russ, that guy's awesome. Do you remember that time that he had a rapper on his live stream? Paid like $2 million to get him on a live stream, sucked his dick for a few seconds, and then was like, beep, 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 and then just moved on. That was so alpha, dude. That was so alpha of Aiden Russ to do. Speaking of a similar realm, I listened to Vultures, which is Kanye West Ty Dolla $ign. Man, that shit's ass. It's really, really ass. The album sucks, dude. That is not a good album. It is not a good delivery from Kanye. I mean, everything's bad about it. It's bad when this is a Kanye Ty Dolla $ign album and the only half decent verse is from Freddie Gibbs, and it's kind of sad because Freddie Gibbs is for a couple of reasons. I mean, Freddie Gibbs is a very talented rapper, and to see him turn up on this album and hang out with these people, it's just like, dude, come on, like you're good at this. Don't stoop to their level. But also, it's just kind of sad, like, to imagine him just absolutely going ham on it, because he does put some effort in, Gibbs. And, Kanye and Ty in the background just like, dude, chill. Don't worry about it, man. We're only here for the bags. Don't worry. It's just not. We're not here for the... It doesn't have to be good. Don't worry about it. There's a song on there. It's bad when there's a song on the album about how they were just there to get paid. And that was it. They wanted nothing more. That's the whole song. And it's awful as well. Bad beats, bad production, bad mixing, bad rapping. I mean, some of the beats are a bit mid, but that's about it. The whole thing's boring. Nothing is really said. No, like, pushing of any boundaries whatsoever. It was just lame. It's like a 4 to 5, if that. This is not a very good album at all. But unfortunately, it reminded me of the fact that it's annoying. People like Kanye, they have like all of these different, and people are gonna hate me for saying this because it takes up such a large part of the internet. But they have all of these demographics cornered. Like all of these various demographics that are similar and certainly have a converging line between all of them, but are, slightly different from subsection to subsection. And yeah, they have a few of these, and it really adds up to a large demographic. So they have people are too sensitive nowadays. You can't say anything. You can't even be pro-Nazi without someone telling you that, oh, you're being cancelled, dude. Those guys, oh, Curtis Scott does a great bit on this, but the guys who are like, if I said something extreme, you'd be so annoyed. I've got this extreme joke. Well, I guess you could say my humor's a little dark. And if I said this joke, you'd be so pissed off. Oh, just imagine it. You'd be so triggered if I said this. I've got all of this stuff. Oh, dude, I'm so funny because sometimes I have like these extreme things that I might say. That crowd is certainly part of it. But unfortunately, he also has like the oh, you just don't get it. Oh, you wouldn't. Oh, yeah, like you just, oh, you don't get what he's doing here. Like, he's being creative. He's done that by doing all the wacky, goofy shit, like paying, millions to do that weird shit with his teeth and stuff like that. He has like this faux artistic like tinge to his music, even though it's the most like generic, universal, mainstream shit. But occasionally, here and there, someone who's like making the beats will like cut something up just a little bit, or Kanye will say something a little bit controversial, and people go, "Oh, this is artistic," and it's not. It's just generic rap. Like, there's nothing different to this whatsoever. There never has been. Never has been with the guy. And yeah, so he has that part cornered as well, but then he also has the subsection of the internet, which is the very frustrating one that I talk about a lot here, which is the subsection of people who don't understand how nostalgia works. So, there's a lot of people who will just like Kanye because he was big back in the day, either because they were a kid or because they weren't alive yet, and like it was an era that they weren't a part of, and they don't realize that actually a lot of what he did was very mid, I think the biggest case for this, particularly in rap, is Eminem, where people are just like, yeah, man, Eminem's the GOAT. Definitely top 3. Definitely top 3 rapper of all time. He has never made a good album. Even, like, back then, people did not consider him to be a good rapper. He was corny as hell. No one thought he was good because he was just, you know, it was all just so mid. And now people, you know, they talk about how like great he was, or even still is, because it's nostalgia. You know, they remember a better time, and they assume it must be better then. And we're seeing a lot of that with Kanye now. Every time people have a conversation about his music, they can't help but talk about his legacy, you know, and what he used to be like. That's because people are just so enraptured, so tied up in how things used to be, and they can't just look at things from a fresh lens. They have to look through the past to what he's doing now. And unfortunately, all of these subsections, he has them. He has them cornered. So whenever you look up, like, he could make the most trash album, you know, you've ever heard, and he came close with Donda 2. And with this one, actually, he can make the most trash ass shit. And there's just people going, oh man, you just don't get it. Yeah, you don't get it. Kanye's always been the GOAT. And you see, like, all of these stupid, like, ridiculous subsections just converge and meet in the middle, where they're like, he's always been the GOAT. So you have the nostalgia side, you have the, you know, you just don't get it crowd, you have the, oh yeah, no, you're just being sensitive, you just don't like the fact that he's saying it as it is. Oh, it's hold on, so the guy is pro-Nazi and that means you don't want to listen to his music? Okay, bro, whatever you say, take this L, homie. And no, I mean, like, there's separating the artist from the art, which is a larger conversation, but here he doesn't let you do that. Like, I see so many people, you know, talk about like how, oh, do you need to separate the artist from the art? He's talking about his controversies. He's leaning on it and making, you know, his entire career is based off him being controversial at the moment. His music is very ingrained in him. With some people, you can separate the art and the artist. Certainly not with this guy, because he doesn't let you. There are lines in this album where, you know, he says stuff like, I'm anti-Semitic, fucked a Jewish bitch. And it's like, how am I supposed to do that then? How am I supposed to say, oh, this is the pro-Nazi guy, but I'll ignore that because the beat's kind of fire? Which it isn't! It isn't! Which is absolutely ridiculous. But I think the most ironic thing about this is, like, all of these guys, you know, all of the, and they are guys, all of these people, you know, who meet on that converging line of all these subsections, they'll all tell you, like, oh man, you just don't get what he's doing here. Like, he's just, he's doing stuff that you know, you just wouldn't understand. He's like, he's on another level and all this. And the crazy ironic thing is, this shit is corny as hell. Like, it's super corny. Like, it's not edgy. It's so corny, and like to the point where I think this is cornier than Drake at this point, because at least with Drake, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of own it. Like, this album's called Certified Lover Boy, and I'm gonna shave a heart into my hair. At least it's self-aware with him and tongue-in-cheek. Kanye is trying so fucking hard for your approval. I cannot explain to you, but whenever I listen to anything by Kanye, and I don't just mean like new stuff, anything by Kanye, I can so sense the desperation for acceptance in his music. And you think like, oh no, that's not true, because he you know, he's so controversial and he says things that people don't want to hear. It's like, yeah, that's the point. He's desperate for your attention. He's desperate for people to rally up these people who are like, actually, he's a genius. Don't forget, this is the guy who walked around calling himself a genius for like a decade. I just feel the music is so desperate and so corny. It's the complete opposite of what the audience are saying it is and what they think it is. It's not edgy. He's not pushing the boundary. He's not making stuff that people wouldn't understand. He's making very mainstream stuff that feels desperate and corny as hell. And it's just crazy how, like, we can do this now. You know, Ben Shapiro and Tom McDonald can put this, you know, song out, which is, again, corny as shit and really fucking lame, and not edgy at all or interesting in any way. And people are just like, yeah, you just don't get it, man. You just don't get it. It's crazy how they've managed to kind of brainwash this subsection of the internet, and kind of sad. I hope this goes away, but I'm not sure. I really don't see it. I don't know. People still stream the hell out of Kanye, and that's embarrassing, man. It's so corny, so lame.
The PlayStation's only $149, and you can also get leading titles.